Today, I want to talk about something FEMA doesn't want you to know, Risk Rating 2.0. They promised it would make flood insurance fairer and smarter, but FEMA lied. Now it's a cash grab punishing hard-working Americans. Stick around to see how this disaster impacts families and why we need real reform. For years, the National Flood Insurance Program wasn't perfect, but at least it worked. People could plan, budget, and have some sense of predictability. Then FEMA brought in outside consultants, paid them bucket loads of taxpayer money, and called it innovation. Their new algorithm, Risk Rating 2.0, supposedly predicts floods decades ahead, but they refuse to show how it works. It's a black box. That's not transparency, that's a con.
Now, the second problem is hurricane flooding, and this is the National Flood Insurance Program. We need a National Flood Insurance Program that looks like somebody designed it on purpose, because the one we have right now is not. The old one wasn't great, but at least it sort of worked. A few years ago, the FEMA decided they were going to reinvent it, and they hired an outside group, a consultant, paid them bucket loads of money called Milliman. And Milliman came up with a new algorithm. This algorithm is so good, they say they can look in the future and look at each individual home and predict whether it'll flood or not 20 years from now. They made all kind of wild allegations. Any day now, I expect FEMA to say, this algorithm is so great it'll grow hair, or it'll cure ED. And I say, man, I need to see this algorithm. Can I see it? No. If we show it to you, I have to kill you. And I'm in charge of their budget. They lied. They lied. They have the credibility of Jussie Smollett and Michael Avenatti put together. They lied. They said 1 million people of the 5 million people will see their rates go down. I haven't talked to a single person who's seen their rates go down. This is just an excuse to raise premiums, and they don't care. The whole purpose of the National Flood Insurance Program is to provide a product that people can afford.
FEMA promised 1 million policyholders would see lower rates, but I haven't met a single person whose premiums actually went down. Instead, premiums keep rising, year after year. That's why I say FEMA lied. If you want the truth, hit subscribe and join us at Capital Conservatives. Let me give you some real numbers, folks. FEMA said people would see decreases, but in Terrebonne Parish, premiums went up 305%. In Plaquemines Parish, a staggering 540%. How is any family supposed to afford that? This program is supposed to protect people, not bankrupt them.
In my state, here's what the premiums have done. They said, a lot of you people, Kennedy, they'll see a decreases. Terrebonne County, we call our parishes, our counties parishes, 305% increase. Another parish, 321%. Plaquemines Parish, 540%. FEMA lied, and they're not going to do any better. Now, the best part of Senator Menendez's bill, it's a good bill, I'm on it. He and Senator Castro, we've all worked hard, but it's going to cap the rate increases at 9%. Right now, FEMA can raise the premiums 18% every single year, and they're going to keep doing it because they don't care. They lied to the American people and my people. And they ought to hide their heads in the bag, along with all the politicians that have allowed the Sewage and Water Board to steal money for all these years.
Thankfully, some lawmakers are pushing back. Senator Menendez introduced a bill with Senator Cassidy. It caps annual rate increases at 9%. Currently, FEMA can hike premiums by 18% yearly. More Americans need to speak out. FEMA lied to the American people. They lied to my people. Instead of protecting homeowners, they're bleeding them dry. Families deserve better. America deserves better. Subscribe to Capital Conservatives so we can keep shining a light. Risk Rating 2.0 isn't reform, it's robbery. FEMA promised lower costs, but delivered crushing premiums and secrecy. We must hold them accountable. With your support, we can demand fairness and honesty. Thank you for watching. God bless you and God bless America.